Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge von Nier. Wir machen uns jetzt auf den Weg zum Forest of Myths. Mal schauen, was da los ist. Vielleicht wieder extrem viel Text zu lesen, wie schon beim letzten Mal. Ich bin gespannt. Wie sich das entwickelt hat mit dem Death Dream. A Death Dream. Mal schauen. Ich meine, eigentlich haben wir alle geweckt, alle geheilt. Es sollte ja allen wieder gut gehen. Abwarten, wir werden sehen. So. Na nur ein Wildschwein. Das ist neu, dass hier ein Wildschwein ist. Ist aber auch voll okay. Kann hier ruhig leben. Warum ist das Wildschwein so riesig? Na gut. Ich vergesse immer, dass ich mit dem Booten auch schnell reisen könnte. Aber ehrlich gesagt ist die Welt so klein und die Wildschweine, die man an den meisten Stellen reiten kann, so schnell, dass diese Schnellreise jetzt auch nicht unbedingt super notwendig ist oft. Ja, die Northern Plains sind ein bisschen groß. Aber sonst... Okidoki. Ja. Vielleicht können wir auch mit dem Schiff in den Forest of Myth fahren. Aber höchstwahrscheinlich nicht. Nee, Quatsch. Ich muss da sowieso durch die Northern Plains, dann gehe ich gleich. Bevor ich jetzt lang rumreite. Oh, da fällt mir doch noch was ein. Oh. Ich gehe mal schnell zum Markt und kaufe ein paar Medical Herbs. Weil die habe ich jetzt beim Wolfskampf in der letzten Folge alle aufgebraucht. Und falls wir da wieder irgendwas Krasses bekämpfen müssen, hätte ich gern ein bisschen Heilkraut. So. Genau, der hat Heilkraut für mich. Wunderbar. Kaufen wir mal 8. Gut. Auf Wiedersehen. Okidoki. Dann geht's auf, geht's weiter. Geht's ab. Schweinchen. Soldatchen. Kann ich hier raus überhaupt? Ja. Komisch, oder? Komisch. Warum sind jetzt die Tore immer geschlossen, wenn ich die aber manuell öffnen kann? Das sieht für mich nämlich von Weitem so aus, als könnte ich überhaupt nicht aus der Stadt. Strange. So, Schweinchen. Schnell, wir müssen Gas geben. Das war zu viel. Nein, jetzt haben wir den Salat. Ich glaube, ich hau die jetzt trotzdem kaputt, weil ich glaube, dass wir insgesamt dann doch schneller sind wieder. Auch wenn hier echt viele Shades unterwegs sind. So, jetzt haltet mir die doch bitte kurz vom Leib, meine Begleiter. Meine Begleiter sind nutzlos. Ich mag Begleiter in Spielen eigentlich schon. Ich meine, leider werden die irgendwie nie perfekt gemacht, aber eigentlich finde ich Begleiter cool. Aber leider sind sie meistens, wie auch in diesem Spiel, relativ nutzlos. Also spielerisch nutzlos. Nicht von der Story oder Charaktere oder sowas. Ist voll super hier. Aber, ja, sie machen nicht wirklich viel. Am Anfang, als Emil noch ein richtiger Junge war, als er die Gegner ständig versteinert hat, das war ziemlich cool. Warum macht er das jetzt nicht mehr? Jetzt schießt er irgendwie nur noch komische Zauber und so und ist irgendwie, ich habe das Gefühl, weniger mächtig.
This is the village from the dream. Yeah. Truly a nightmare I hope never to experience again.
I hear you.
So. Ich speichere jetzt hier mal schnell. Und dann schauen wir mal, was hier so los ist. Was ist hier so los, Dorf-Captain?
Ah,
Oh, hello, hi there, how are things? Huh? You want to know if anything unusual is happening? Well, I have been feeling a rather strange presence whenever I visit the Divine Tree. The Divine Tree? Yes, it's a legendary tree that exists in the heart of our village. Did you investigate the cause of the presence? Oh, not really, no. And why not? Well, we're not really supposed to go near the tree except for prayers. And why is that? I don't know, alright, I just... it's just how things have always been. Weird. Okay, heiliger Baum. Jetzt komme ich. Hua! Es ist also doch der Dekubaum. We are grass. We are trees. We are the woods. Why do we seem to encounter nothing but odd people lately? That should talk wise. You should talk wise. Pah! As if Grimoire Wise is capable of spouting such nonsense. Hang on. I don't think he's done. The dark from the governs all memories. Form. May the words form themselves to your liking. That would be nice. Black pure darkness painted over everything. Okay, und wir sind wieder in einem Traum. In einer Traumpassage. Eine riesen Text of Wall. What? Eine riesen Wall of Text, will ich natürlich sagen. Die uns jetzt wieder bevorsteht. Words scattered here and there across the blackness. Kind words, difficult words, amorous words, all sparkling in the dark like jewels. The words were few now, but time has shortened. Grabbing the words in desperation, the tree turned to the sky. This is wrong, whispered the tree in the voice of wind through the leaves. This is not how it was supposed to be. The plan has failed. Once, long ago, the tree had remembered everything about the world. This was its task, its purpose. It shivered with something approaching joy as it collected the memories of mankind. This was no accident. Emotions were as much a part of the tree as her root and bark. Memories collected like dew on the thick green leaves of the tree. And once they had formed a web that spanned the entire world. Worlds collapsed into sunlight before passing through the leaves and into the pool of memory. From the pool the words joined together to form colonies. The colonies united into whirlpools of light, and the light coalesced into stars. Each star was like a child of the tree, and it loved them all. Look at my memory. A child is here, brought low by disease. He's far too young to have suffered so. Then beyond words the boy's skin is shades paler than the bleached hospital sheets upon which he lies. His parents no longer visit him, for they cannot bear to watch him suffer. The doctors have long since surrendered his fate to the gods. The boy too has abundant hope. Strange emotions weariness, hatred, swell within the dark recesses of his young heart. He tries to reject the black terror that germinates in his body, but no amount of effort or tears can drive the invader away. He has long ceased to rest his parents and doctors. Once he did, but now his pain is so great that there is little room in his heart to think of others. Only one person brings the boy comfort, a healthy young girl with tan skin and deep brown eyes. She is a beacon of brightness and light in the boy's world. Her very presence is a comfort to him, but he is unable to look upon her face. Whenever they meet, the boy is filled with loathing for his own state. Soon, this loathing eats away at what joy he receives from the girl's visits. The girl will stop coming, he knows this. His every waking moment is spent in fear of this day. He thinks that if he could talk to her, if he could tell her of his feelings, that this might not be so, but this conversation never happened. The girl disappeared. The boy dies alone. The tree scopes up this memory and carefully stows it within itself. Etched upon it is a single word: envy. Look at my memory. There is a female warrior. Her greatest enemy is a beast with red eyes that she cannot fully comprehend. When she strikes it with her sword, it turns into a pillar of salt and dies. But when the white smoke clears, a new enemy rises, and another, and another. The warrior knows that her struggle is folly, but fighting the unending stream of enemies fills her with a sense of joy and purpose. Somewhere deep in the warrior's drug-addled mind lies a vague memory of a daughter. Perhaps the child exists only in her head, the dying remnant of a powerful dream she does not know. Her friends and fellow warriors come and go. Some flee in terror, some are eaten. She began the fight with 63 companions, but most are gone now. The warrior's body shudders. She does not understand why at first. By the time she hears the fierce, low sound, the area is nearly enclosed in darkness. Looking up, the warrior sees a beast so large that it blots out the sky. She's laughing. She has been doing so for as long as she can remember. Covered in blood and dirt, the warrior laughs. She laughs and laughs until the tower that contains her daughter collapses into a pile of dust. The town. This memory has been stored for a long time. It is etched with the single word, loss. Look at my memory. A red dragon falls from the heavens. Ah, that memory has been lost. A shame. It was a favorite of mine. After many centuries of existence, the tree saw that its carefully labeled memories were beginning to dwindle. Once seemingly infinite, The memories now seemed ready to disappear forever. The tree did not feel sadness at this. Grief was an emotion beyond its comprehension. It did, however, have the distinct feeling that something was missing. The mountain of memories it had so carefully assembled had disappeared. The tree scratched its branches as far as it could, but new memories refused to flow. The pool of memories was black, empty pit, a hollow place where life had once flourished. The tree has lost its purpose. There was nothing to be done but shift through the few remaining memories littering the ground under its branches. This is why the tree was pleased when the man and his companion entered the room. Nier? Well, this place is gloomy as hell. The room Nier had entered was almost completely empty. All he could see was a few crystals scattered haphazardly on the ground. Picking up one of the crystals and peering into it, Nier suddenly saw a familiar sight. It was the forest of myth, its villagers prisoners of their own dreams. I apologize, the tree thought. That is all that remains. As Nier stared at the jewel, bewildered, a voice suddenly called out from the depths of his mind. The voice implored them to listen. It was an order. Following it was mandatory. Abruptly, the pair realized that they must listen. They must listen. Wise? Look! A small shadowy presence appeared from beneath the floor. It looked to be a shade. The shade grasped several jewels in its hand. More jewels tumbled out of its mouth like shards of broken teeth. Sights and sounds tinkling from each one before vanishing forever. The creature was abusing the memories, treating the precious objects like a collection of cheap playroom toys. Wise? This shade appears to be consuming the memories. Nier, that little thing? It's barely worth my time to kill. The tree extended a branch toward Nier. Without a second thought, Nier brought his blade down on the shade, tearing its stomach wide. Jewels burst from the shade and poured across the chamber floor. Look, though, the tree. There is a convicting memory I had lost, and satisfaction, and many other as well. Yes, this is good. The tree opened its mouth and attempted to speak, but no sound emerged. A millennium of silence and solitude had caused the tree to forget certain things, but rather than be upset, it greeted the development with good cheer. Focusing all its power on the riddle of speech, the tree formed a kind of makeshift vocal cord and tried again. I implore. It spat out a glimmering green jewel. One more time. I implore you. There we are. What was the color of the lost envy? Green? Neid ist, glaube ich, wird mit grün assoziiert. Deswegen nehme ich das mal. You let this slip through your fingers. Give me a break. I had to go back to that stupid land of words. Ach nein, das war falsch. Wir müssen jetzt nochmal rein. Oh, damn you! Oh, Mann. Wo sind wir zeitlich? Schon wieder 20 Minuten eigentlich. Naja, okay. Skippen wir uns schnell durch den Text durch. Ich muss schnell an die Stelle, wo... Okay, hier ist das Kind. Aber welche Farbe kommt in dem... Die woman, the girl with deep brown eyes. Okay, wenn braune Antwortmöglichkeit ist, sage ich das mal. The female warrior. Vielleicht muss ich White Smoke. Ich merke mir das mal lieber mit dem White Smoke bei der zweiten Geschichte. Und der Red Dragon ist die dritte Geschichte, an die er sich nicht mehr erinnern kann. Brown, White, Red. Mal schauen, ob das wichtig ist, ob das richtig ist. Cool geschrieben. Ich hoffe, es tut mir leid, dass ich manchmal ein bisschen mich verhaspel. Ich hoffe, die Stimmung kommt trotzdem einigermaßen rüber. Ist schon eine coole Stelle, finde ich. Aber jetzt skippen wir schnell durch. Ich will nur nicht zu weit skippen. Nicht, dass ich aus Versehen zu oft drücke und dann gleich eine Antwort. Okay, jetzt redet er. Gleich ist es soweit. Okay, dann sage ich jetzt Brown, wie die Augen von der Frau, von dem Mädchen. Ach, komm schon, ohne Scheiß. Das war auch falsch. Oh, Mann. Dann verstehe ich das Rätsel nicht, ohne Witz. Black, Purple, Darkness, nee, das ist was anderes. Ich verstehe das Rätsel nicht. Das Rätsel kann mich mal. Nee, also wirklich. Also das verstehe ich echt nicht, was die von mir wollen. Ich muss die Frage nochmal genau lesen. Aber... Envy war doch die erste Geschichte. Die mit der Warriorin war doch Love, oder? Loss. Okay. Ja, jetzt kommt die Shade und wir hauen sie und der Baum will sprechen. What is the color of the lost envy? Dann muss es blue sein, aber blue verstehe ich nicht. It spoke. This shade has intelligence and emotion. Who cares? Nier brushed wise comment aside, and his sword sliced through the shade's right arm. The shade extended its remaining arm to Nier. I must touch him. I must make contact. The moment its fingers brushed against Nier, the tree felt a warm sensation begin to burn. Something hot coursed through its fingers, up his arm, and out to its entire body. It has emotions more than the entity had felt in centuries. The tree cried out in surprise and joy. 1,000 years alone, 1,000 years in quiet contemplation. The tree felt like it was going to break apart. For long centuries, the tree had been alone, its heart sealed with heavy chains, but no more. New powerful emotions began to take hold, causing its heart to light. This was more than the simple emotion it had been designed to feel. It was the beginnings of a soul. And the man was the key. This was the promise made long ago. This was how it would be released. The tree's stomach began to throb in pain, a new and unpleasant sensation. But the time was not yet right. I implore you, how many were just by the warrior who fought the red-eyed beast? How many were lost by the warrior? Irgendwas mit 60, ja, dann war es 63. Okay, riddle time is over. I'm gonna kill this stupid shade once and for all. Something round and shiny fell from the open stomach of the clattered to the floor. The key, shouted the book. Grab the key. The man's sword slowed. Time began to dilate around them. Stretching and slowing. Time is essential. The next word must be here. The words exploded. It became difficult to discern their meaning. The pool of memories began to crack as infinite blackness burrowed its way into the wall. Wise? This world is falling apart. Nier. How can a world of letters? I implore. Most important thing. World. Yonah. 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 The light was complete. The memories disappeared. The tree's identity began to dissolve. As the letter slowly faded, Nier was drawn back to the the real world, and the tree was satisfied. What in the... I never realized that shades were capable of rational thoughts. I don't care if they can tap dance and play the fiddle. Can't I just kill something without all this voodoo nonsense? With the tree defeated, we no longer have to worry about being burst into the world of letters, buried. Unless, of course, time itself begins to rewind. Okay. Somit hätten wir das auch geschafft. Ich finde die Passagen ja echt immer cool, aber anstrengend. Anstrengend, nicht in seiner Heimatsprache zu lesen, noch dazu für so lange Zeit. Und, was machen wir als nächstes? Check to see if a letter arrived. Also gut, schauen wir mal, ob uns die Jungs schon einen Brief geschrieben haben. Let's see if the Chunky Kid sent us a kid. Kid, stimmt, sein Bruder ist ja tot. Send us a letter. Bestimmt benutzt uns der nur, um für ihn die Roboter zu killen. Man kann ja verstehen, dass er einen Hass auf Roboter hat. Okay, das war's dann auch schon wieder mit der Folge. Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Ich hoffe, euch hat's gefallen. Und wir sehen uns hoffentlich beim nächsten Mal. Macht's gut, bis dann. Ciao.